Hi, my name's Andrew, and I'm going to be the first one to welcome you and say thank you, Raymond, for joining us on the Opioidcast. If you could do us a favor and just tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, and something unique about you.
My name is Raymond Ochoa. I'm originally from San Diego, but I currently reside in LA. And something interesting about myself, I am a young entertainer. I've been in the acting industry. I've touched bases with the music industry. I've been doing that for over 13 years now. So I have over 120 projects under my belt in the acting world. And I've been on world tours with my brothers in the music industry. Been doing that for 5 years. So that's something interesting.
That's honestly incredible with over 120 projects. And
Thank you. Thank you.
you've been doing these since you were about 6 years old. How did you first get involved in this world?
My dad owned a furniture store in San Diego, and a acting agent, came inside, loved the store, but they saw us. We would like imitate the Lion King. We'd watch the Lion King and then like mimic it and like say the thing. And she saw it and she's like, "Wow, like they have potential. Come by my office. I want to tie." And then obviously my parents were like, "Ah, this is probably just like some lie or something like that, correct?" But no, she was actually a really big deal. So my brother, my older brother, the one who was on a Disney show and stuff, he went there, had a meeting with her, and they loved him. He got his first job he auditioned for, and it kind of rolled from there because then I kind of fell into it like about a year after he did, because I mean it's funny how I fell into it. My brothers were at an audition, right? They're at a callback, and I was there just because my mom couldn't find a babysitter. But I was there, and it was for like a sibling role. But the casting director came out and saw us, and saw me, and she was like, "Is he a part of you guys? Like, is he your brother?" And since it was a sibling role, they were like, "Hey, three's better than two." So they brought me in as well, and I booked it, and then I kind of fell in love with it, and that's how it really started for me, to be honest with you.
That's honestly amazing, and like just the way that worked out is incredible.
I know it's a weird story, and it's crazy how this is literally my life now, but it all happened because I was just there because there's no babysitter. It's funny.
That and it all just came from like your love from The Lion King and just like acting that out. That's
And I think that's the funnier thing because my biggest project would be the Good Dinosaur. So that starts off as animation has always been like my favorite thing. Lion King, Toy Story, doesn't really matter.
that's that's so cool. And then with your love of like animation and everything like that, you've done a lot of voice acting.
I have.
How did you get into the world of voice acting in video games?
Well, I have two agencies. One's for theatrical, like for movies, and then I have one that's for commercials, and they also do video games and voiceover work. So I got an audition for well, really, to be honest with you, I booked the Walking Dead video game because I was in the Good Dinosaur. They they
Hmm.
they saw my work off of that, and it was amazing. And the deciding factor of me in that role was that one of the people that were working on the game was a huge fan of the movie, and they were like, "I no, not only would it be amazing for our character, but I want to meet this kid." So it was funny. So that's kind of how it worked out in the game. So it really is on this game. It's like touching bases with all different things. It's a crazy world.
That is crazy. I mean, you've done just a little bit of everything. As you said, you're working on um, so many different movies, a lot of different games, even Sunset Overdrive, Fallout, The Walking Dead, as you just mentioned, The Good Dinosaur. Like, with all of that, like, do you have a preference over voice acting for video games or doing more of your theatrical work with film and TV?
When you're going into a film like Good Dinosaur or to a game like The Walking Dead, there's high expectations, so that there's a lot of burden on you
Yeah.
for, being on a Pixar film. There are legacies that were brought into that, Monsters Inc., which is my favorite film of all time. I'm literally going into that legacy. So there's a big burden that you better portray a good character and
Yeah.
people better like you.
Yeah.
So and I also love playing in The Walking Dead. I played Gabe. I love that because people there's so many people that loved me because I had a love story with the main character of all the seasons. But then there's so many people that hated me that didn't want me to be with her. And it's funny how people get so invested, but I'm one of those people too. So I'm it's not like I'm making fun of, because I'm one of those people too. I get fully invested into characters, relationships, all of that. So it's fun. It really is a crazy world, and I love it.
It's true. I mean, like, you're making a living basing off like telling amazing stories, and if you can't get invested in amazing stories, it'd be really hard to portray what you do, and you do an amazing job at it.
Thank you.
Now, being in Telltale, like, would you say that The Walking Dead was one of your favorite games to be a voice actor in, or was there another game that you felt was your favorite to be a part of?
Telltale, Walking Dead was by far my favorite game to be a part of. I have Sunset Overdrive. I have Overdrive. I have a blast playing it. I really do.
Yeah.
It's so fun being able to play, like, and my dad was a DJ for 25 years, so like vinyl records
cool.
are like his thing.
Yeah.
So being able to have like a weapon built out of vinyl records is really cool. What else? But one of my biggest things to be a part of, which I didn't even know this when he told me, we can't tell you what you're filming because people have literally been fired over it. Like, people have had their jobs fired because they were like, oh, I'm working on this. And they're like, all right, you're not working on it anymore. And it was Fallout.
Oh,
I didn't know I was a part of Fallout.
That's incredible.
I didn't know I was until the game was released and it had the credits and I was in there. I didn't know I was the game that I worked on was Fallout 4.
That's funny. Incredible.
So it's a very secretive thing. Same thing goes with Pixar. It's a lot of people love their secrecy, and as they should. They want to make that grand reveal grand.
Yeah. That's incredible. I never thought that games like Fallout 4 would have such, like, outstanding non-disclosure agreements to where you couldn't even talk about being on it. That's incredible, and kudos.
Yeah, they come very serious, and that's a lot with a lot of companies, a lot of games. So yeah, it's cool to be a part of experiences like it's a funny story to not know what you're actually working on.
Yeah,
it was cool.
But it's cool that it was Fallout by Bethesda and not anything else. Like, that's a huge, like, just feat in, like, your acting career. Like, being a big part of the gaming world, like, Fallout 4 is a huge milestone. Out of all of your experiences in acting, which would you say impacted you the most to shape you into what you are today?
I would definitely say the Good Dinosaur. It has to be. I mean, working with a company, because you're part of such a major legacy, and it is a huge legacy. Pixar is a huge legacy, and I didn't know this, but I'd go to events, and I'd walk outside, and I'd have people that were Pixar fanatics out there with Good Dinosaur pictures that they wanted me to autograph, and it just, once it was out that I was gonna be portraying Arlo in a Pixar film, I can't even tell you. I'd walk outside anywhere I went, and if they knew I was there, people were there. Like, it didn't matter if they had pictures they wanted signed, they wanted pictures to be taken. It was crazy. It really did change my life, because you need to understand, when I'm in the music group, with my brothers, and when I go on tour, obviously fans know we're going there. They go to the shows, they buy their tickets, they want pictures. But it was a new feeling of, I would go somewhere and I'd walk outside and I'd see people there. It didn't matter. Like, if it was a show, it didn't, like, obviously I can walk street, I can see a fan when Pixar was announced, and it was an unreal and crazy feeling.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that in any way, shape, or like that. That's incredible. And I say that a lot just because, like, your story truly is incredible. Just from your start, just acting out Lion King to where you are now, and, like, I love Pixar. Monsters
One of the
Inc.,
biggest
The
fans here.
Incredibles, definitely one of my favorites. Pixar runs in my family. Like at my father's house, his office is all Pixar.
I will
So
tell you a fun fact real quick.
okay.
I played the voice of Dash in the video games in the Incredibles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So so in Disney Infinity, me and one other guy who's in Star Wars. I can't remember who it is, but we are the only two people. I don't know if you know the Disney Infinity games. Do you know that game?
I
So when
have
you put
not played it. No.
but have you heard of it?
Yes. Yes.
It's like where you put the character on. Well,
Yeah.
me and one other guy are only one of two people that have two characters in the game. I have Dash and I have Arlo. I also played Disney Rush. There was a game called Rush. I was thing. So Pixar called me after I did, because obviously two just came out,
Yeah.
Incredibles 2. Pixar called me after Good Dinosaur, and they were like, "We want you to be the voice of Dash, but we need to have a call with you first to see if you can, still." Because back when I did that, I was probably around 9, 10 years
Yeah.
old, and I'm not gonna lie, I can voice match, so I sounded exactly like the kid, like if it was you. And it was, I'm very proud to say that. I'm very proud to say that I was able to mimic his voice. But when they called me, I was around 14, 15, and obviously my voice was a lot deeper, and unfortunately I couldn't do it. So to pass up on one of my favorite films of all time, which is Incredibles, knowing that I could have possibly been in number 2,
Yeah.
hurts so much. And but it was, I always will be a part of the legacy because of Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool to have been a part 2.
That would have been absolutely incredible. No, that's awesome. Sometimes, unfortunately, yeah, we grow up and
I am very happy for the kid though.
yeah,
That got very happy for him.
that's awesome. So like with being a part of the Good Dinosaur and everything, would you say that kind of shaped like the biggest learning experience you've had? Like, what would you say was your biggest learning experience throughout all of this?
Throughout my entire acting industry,
Yeah,
most definitely would be there's so many things I've learned though. Like you can't pinpoint one
yeah,
of them. I I think it really shows to genuinely be a genuine person.
mm-hmm.
Like I think that's one thing. Like, and I'd go to school, and I love this about who I became. I used to go to public school, right? I'm homeschooled now, but I went to public school for about 6 years of my life, till up to like 7th grade. I I would go to school and I'd see kids get bullied and things like that, and I was able to use the fame I had because I was one of the most popular kids because of what I did.
Yeah,
Not sure if it was because of who I was, but because of the industry and everything, people were like, "Wow, that's cool." I was able to use the fame that I had to stop kids getting bullied and to change their lives. And I remember one kid came up to me crying, thanking me like, "You've made my life so much better because you stopped something that I would afraid to come to school because I knew that I would get, kicked around or looked at weirdly, but you stopped that from me." Experiences like that and things that, to be a genuine person and to be able to keep a level head while you are, getting more famous or more well known, you're able to keep the level head. And I think that all boils down to my parents and how I was raised in genuine. But I think the biggest experience is just to stay who you are, because I can't tell you how many people I've met and how many people I've wanted to, take a picture with, and before I was who I was, they would be like, "Oh, I don't take pictures," or they'd take a picture and look at like, be doing something else in it, and like it just
yeah.
I don't want to be that, I don't, and I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned is to just stay genuine. That really is the honest truth.
That's honestly so respectful, like respectable and commendable, and just you got to say thanks to your parents. They raised you very well. Like that's amazing to hear.
Thank you.
You don't typically hear that a lot from people your age, where they're gaining the success and this world is just blooming around them.
Thank
Um,
you.
would you see that as like a common mistake for up and coming actors in the industry that they should be
Oh
aware
yeah,
of?
for sure. I mean, a lot of people let it get to their head, and it's frustrating because I mean I have a lot of friends that are like that as well. They're
Hmm.
obviously being my brother's in the was a part of Disney shows. We are part of a music career, so we have a lot of friends that are very well known. but they are the people that we don't wish I could tell them, like, why didn't you just spend 5 minutes of your life just looking and making that person's day? Because at the end of the day, they're coming up to you because they want to meet you, they want to talk to you, but you just wanted to say hi, sign a picture, and walk away.
Yeah.
We will stay with people for 10 minutes. It doesn't really care, 20 minutes, and just have a genuine conversation with them and make their day. And it is 100% worth it. There's no better feeling than to do that. So this world is definitely, it's definitely a very common issue though. I mean, I could see why though, why it can get to people. It is to have that much power, I could say, is what you could say. I mean, to have the power of being able to, you know, ruin someone's day, make someone's day, light, make it not get to your head, let it get to your head. There's so many things that can overwhelm you in this industry. So I can understand it, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah. And I think the group that you started with your brothers, the Ochoa boys, these are your siblings, and I think you guys do a really good job of bringing that to light and like actually like working with people and like actually getting to know your fan base. Like I've seen you replying to your fans on Twitter. I see you talking, communicating. Obviously, I'm not on your side of the world where I could see you in the street, but by talking to you, I can see that you guys are just quality human beings. But
Thank you.
what inspired you to start Ochoa Boys with your siblings?
So my brother, the one he was on it, he's the one second oldest. He was
Okay.
on a Disney show, and coming to the end of it, Disney offered him, like a music contract, because that was during the time where a lot of Disney characters or Disney people were like, turning their careers to music sides, and
Yeah.
he just wasn't like that. Me and my brothers have always wanted to do something together, and we've pitched a show together. As we wrote a show and we pitched it. We've written scripts before. We've always wanted to do something. We want to be in a movie together. We are signed on currently right now to be in a movie together. We're just working on a few things with it, but all four of us will be in a brotherly film together. But we wanted to do something, and music was the option. Music and quite frankly, we all love the same type of music. We all love like EDM style rap. LMFAO is what our best comparison would be. I don't know if you know who they are.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm sure you do. I don't know why you wouldn't. That'd be like living under a rock. But
Yeah.
that's like our biggest like inspirations, and Beastie Boys, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's have fun. So let's do something together. It started as like, is this gonna work out? But we actually performed at my brother's birthday party, and they loved it. People loved it, and it was a huge birthday party. It was at I don't know if you know who it was Adrian Malouf is. Do you know who that is? She's on
I
the
do
Beverly
not
Hills
know.
House. She's he had it at our house, and we kind of performed as like, not as a joke, but like just to like kind of like do the song live, and it was
Yeah.
fun, and we had a blast.
Oh, I don't doubt
It's
that.
kind of started to roll like a snowball effect there.
That's incredible. That would be an amazing opportunity, definitely.
We're very close family, that's why.
That's awesome. Yeah, like I couldn't imagine just being able to like have the same interests as like all of my brothers and to just like go for it and like make something of yourself. That's awesome.
Thank you. We definitely
Um,
have our things that we disagree on, though.
I
Definitely
don't
have
doubt
a
that.
lot of things that we disagree on, but it's what makes it honestly, all the things we disagree on just shows us that, yeah, we're brothers, At the end of
Yeah.
the day, we'll work through it, but there's obviously going to be a lot of things we disagree on in life, but and group and everything, but it's what we love about it. We really do.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the perks of having a sibling. I mean, I have an older brother. We disagree on everything. And like, it's either you work it out and you like, you can be the best friend at the end of the day and you can like make something of like that relationship you were born into. But that's awesome.
Can really be your best friends,
Yeah.
and I really view them as my best friends. They really are always there for me, which is really cool. I
And that's
appreciate it a lot.
awesome. So do you guys ever sit down and play video games with each other? Like, I know before the interview you were talking about playing Fortnite. Do you ever play Fortnite with your siblings or?
I do. It's super funny. My oldest brother, he's an animator, so he does animation, graphic design, stuff like that. My brother owns his own production company. That's what keeps him up. But
Mhm.
me and my other brother, Bobby, we play Fortnite together every night, every single night. I usually play in the day, but he works as well. He has a job as well. So when he gets home, he's like, "All right, turn on my Xbox. It's time to go. Like it's ready. Like it's. I know as soon as I see those footprints walk through that door,
Yeah.
I know that the Xbox is already about to be turned on. It's so much fun, and I feel like it really did make us closer together. If that makes sense. Even though we're playing like a game, it really made us closer together because it's just we're having fun together, we're hanging out. And especially Fortnite, you're playing Fortnite. It's not like action packed 24/7. I mean, you have your fights here and there, but the other times we're on the headset, we're just talking to each other like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, how's life?" kind of thing. It really did draw us a lot closer together. I mean, we were very close, but it drew us a lot closer, and that's why I really like it.
Oh, definitely. Like I grew up playing Halo with my siblings and my family members. And
Same.
like, yeah, Halo was amazing. But I think that might have like driven a rift between our relationship more than like being on the same team and trying to win. In Halo, I'm trying to like beat my siblings, you know. But Fortnite, you're working together, and that's awesome that you have that relationship where you guys are always playing. Um, Now you said you play on Xbox.
Yes, I
Um,
do.
would you say that's your console of choice? And
Oh yeah.
what's your favorite all-time game and why?
Okay. Honestly, to be honest, all-time game would be Fortnite. I've never spent so much time and money into a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I invested a lot of time and money into Madden. I used to be really
Yeah.
big freak into Madden, was because I'm a huge football fan, and it was really last year. I started playing it like Madden 16. I mean, I played all the. Oh, wait, never mind. Scratch that. Scratch that. Scratch everything I just said.
All right, it's officially
All time
scratched.
game.
That
NFL Street
was a good one.
2 to be exact. NFL Street 2 to be exact. That is the all-time favorite game. Being able to play a football game, we're able to like jump off of walls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That has got to be my all-time favorite game.
Though that actually made like the football games like so much more entertaining for me, where it actually felt
Oh
like a
yeah,
game. I loved it.
I don't think that unless they make. I mean, they had a three. Street 3 wasn't that. They make a Street 4. That'll maybe could potentially be like a game that'll bring my older brothers out of retirement.
Back from like animating all day and just
Exactly.
play. That's
Pulls out
awesome.
the Xbox and ready to play.
That's funny. So with all this gaming and everything, like maybe I don't know if you want to hint at it now, but have you ever considered running a Twitch channel?
I did. I have. I have. I am. My brother just moved out. My oldest brother. He just moved out. He lives in LA now. Has his own apartment and stuff. But one thing he always told me, he's like, "Bro, you're always playing video games. Like, I can't. I don't see you anymore. You're always in your room playing. Like, what's stopping you from streaming?" And I'm like, and I would think about it, and I never really knew what stopped me. I really didn't. I think I was. I don't know if a big thing would be trying to figure out how to run Discord because I didn't know how to run it. Super confusing. But I have everything aligned. Like I have all the equipment for it. I have the camera, I have the mic, I have the Elgato to display the screen. I have it all. I really don't know what's stopping me. So it's funny. I literally got out of the shower today and I was like, screw it. Either this end of this month or next month because the end of the month is coming up and holidays and stuff are going to be jamming it. But next month will probably be the time I start streaming. I already got the
Well,
name too. I already got the name.
it's perfect. And we definitely look forward to you streaming. And if you ever have any questions, like please let us know. I can certainly help you out, everything like that. And like it's amazing, just like with the community that you've already like grown around you, even from being a part of like Pixar and everything, and being a part of that legacy. There's no doubt that you can build another one if you start streaming. And we definitely wish you the best of luck.
I've missed a big capitalizing. Is that would you say capitalization?
I mean,
I missed
yeah,
something to capitalize on. Telltale offered me. They were like, "Hey, if you ever want to, you can come by the studio and we can Twitch stream you playing The Walking Dead. You know, and I think they're like, I know fans would love that, you know, to see the main character, one of the main characters of the game playing it. They would love to see that. And I was like, yeah, we should, but I never like went like and continued that because at the time I was obviously if I was Twitch streaming at the time, I'd have been like, yeah, perfect. You know, that could have been easily plugged. You know, like if you ever want to see me play, you know, follow my stream. But I never did that, and I was like, it's one thing I regret, and I think that's a big reason why I haven't streamed.
So yeah, like that would have been like an amazing moment to capitalize on. Being able to do that, like that would have been amazing. That opportunity doesn't come lightly, but it's not something you can't still do.
I know.
It's something you could do. Like if you just say that, like that's you, and maybe something on Twitch doesn't know maybe your background, just like to be like, oh my gosh, this is that voice in the game. Like even with the recent events with Telltale, it's like there's still a lot of people playing it. There's still like huge admiration for the people that worked with Telltale and the people that were in the game and the game itself. And then just like being that some of your recent work was being gave from Telltale's, how did you take the news of Telltale shutting down? Was it a surprise?
It was a major surprise to me. It really was. You know, they follow me, I follow them, and I was kind of just scrolling through Instagram when I read the message, and I'm like, oh my God, like this really just happened. And it was crazy because I was coming off of a huge game. Like The Walking Dead, I got so many, I can't even tell you how many Instagram accounts were made and followed me about the character I was or about the storyline I was a part of. So to hear, I thought they were doing amazing. You know, I thought like obviously financially we're doing great. I don't know how that happened because I know how big their fan base was. So it's crazy. It was really shocking to me to read something like that big of news. Like, yeah, I'm close with the not I wouldn't say extremely close, but I'm kind of close with the writer of the one that wrote my episodes.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Adam. So to hear things and I heard that he got, you know, released too. So like to hear that, like I was like, dang, you know, like, and he would tell me about all the experiences he's had with them, and like just to know that like a company that big, and like it was just really sad to hear because everyone at that company was phenomenal to work with. I can't even tell you how genuinely nice everyone there was. So like to hear something that big, it was very, very sad. It was extremely sad to read about. It really was.
Yeah, being a fan of the Telltale games like myself, that it was a disheartening day when I came across that on Twitter. And I'm glad to hear that your experience working with Telltale was amazing and that the team was incredible to work with. Do you have any more acting work coming up in the future that you're particularly excited about? I know you briefly mentioned some work with your brothers on possibly a movie.
Yeah, I have signed on right now. I have a movie we're working on right now with my brothers. We I wouldn't say we aren't writing it, but we definitely have say into what's gonna be done. We made changes to the movie for sure. Like they had us doing a hockey ever in our life. We're like, all right, if we're gonna do this, okay. Oh, can you hear it? Can you hear me? Is that fine?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. They're like, yeah, they wanted it to be hockey, and we're like, no, it's not gonna be hockey. None of us do hockey. It's got to be football. Like all of us are big football fans. It's got to be football.
Yeah.
So they're working on that, and there's definitely a lot of things that have to be done before we can start production on that. But that is something upcoming. I know I can't really say anything about our music because our oldest brother just left the group. He you know, just got a full-time job as an animator, and we support him. We fully support him on what he's doing. So we're reconstructing everything now. You know, we have to redo some new songs. We have to redo some songs that we just finished with our older brother that now we have to redo them because obviously he's not there anymore. So it's gonna take some time for us to get back out there with the group, but we're coming close with that, and pushing any new opportunity that comes up that follows with our acting. There's honestly, I could be talking to you one day and being like, I don't know what's going on, and then like a week later be a part of a Marvel movie. Like that's literally how fast this industry works. So it's a thing that definitely keeps us on our toes.
Definitely. And it's inspiring to see how adaptable you are in the industry. Honestly, we look forward to all the work that you have, whether it's with Ochoa Boys or whether it's possibly being in the next Marvel movie. You know, you never know. We look forward to the movie with your brothers, and we just have to say thank you so much for being a part of the OP podcast. Thank you so much
No, thank you for
talking
having me.
with me.
I love, honestly, to be honest with you, I love your chairs. Like these chairs right here are so. I'm a big germaphobe, right?
Yeah.
Very big germaphobe. But the thing I am most germophobic on is my chair. No one touches this thing. No one touches it. No one comes near it. It is mine, and no one comes. It's yeah. I
I'm
love these
exactly
chairs.
the same way with my
They
chairs.
are
Like,
phenomenal. I can't even tell you. People that whoever listens to this, these chairs are out of this world. I'm telling you, they. The reason why I started looking for a chair, for like because I wanted to look for a gaming chair because I was spending so much time playing video games and my back was hurting so much, especially being on a console. Yeah, I mean, obviously people with like PCs, their TVs are right ahead, but like when you're playing on an Xbox, you have to be looking up. So my neck was killing me every single day. I'd get like I'd crack my neck sometimes because to try and get the kink out. It was hurting me so much, but to have this neck support and be able to lay your chair back just a little to get to that angle that you need, they're so good. I'm telling you, they changed my life. They really did.
thank you so much. Honestly, that means the world to us. And again, Raymond, thank you so much for being on the OP podcast with us. Thank you so very much.